Matthew Stafford down from 5 last year. Our next on the list is someone who was up 5 spots from the previous year. He was 18th last year. Now he is 13th on the Chris Simms Top 40 quarterback countdown, and he is
Dak Prescott. Yes. I mean, Dak Prescott changed me last year, I think, to a true believer. You know, early on in the year with some of his play, he showed me the ability to go and above and beyond what the scheme can do for him. And, you know, that's a scheme down there in Dallas, first of all, that's not overly creative. I don't watch it and go, oh, my gosh, how is this defense going to prepare for the Cowboys and everything they do? No, the Cowboys just kind of go, this is who we are. We're good. We're big. We're physical. And let's see if you can stop us. That's kind of their style of play. We're not going to try to trick you. And, again, a little bit like we just talked about Matthew Stafford, and really why I put Dak Prescott in front of Matt Stafford is what Matt Stafford is seeing is going, damn, the way Dak Prescott has to play football is not that easy. Right. And they're in the same type of situation. Dak Prescott, again, it's about running the ball, the offensive line. We want to control the clock. Our defense is awesome. You know, we want to play that way. Yeah, great. But here they are, you know, halfway through the first quarter, and he's thrown 1 or 2 passes and has got no rhythm of the game, and that's just not easy to play. It's not going to lend itself ever to sexy quarterback numbers either. He's never going to be at the top of the list as far as yards and maybe touchdowns and all those things, because when they get to the 6-yard line, unlike some of the other teams who are going to pad quarterback stats, they're going to go, nah, smash it up the middle with Ezekiel Elliott. And that's going to take away 5, 6, 7 touchdown passes that other quarterbacks get during the year. The Dallas is just going to go, no, we're old school. We're going straight ahead. We're going to smash it in there. But I think with Prescott, you know, first thing is the size and physicality of the human being. I think that is where it starts for me. The amount of plays where the stat book is never going to quantify, oh, yeah, it was a 15-yard completion, but what happened on the 15-yard completion is nobody was open, and he broke 3 tackles in the back behind the line of scrimmage and then made the 15-yard completion. It just goes in the stat book as a 15-yard completion. But me as a guy who's evaluating the film's going, whoa, that was a amazing 15-yard completion because nobody was open. The play stunk. The defense was all over it.
There's maybe 5 people who would have made that completion.
And he made it happen. Right. Exactly right. And those are the things that aren't going to show up to go for people to look at and go, oh, man, that Dak Prescott's awesome. Where I'm going to go, man. No, but he threw for 275 yards, and really only like 280 yards were available. So he maxed out what he could possibly get. That's what I like about Dak Prescott. That offense does nothing, okay? They are schematically kindergarten-ish. That's what they are. There's no other way to say that. And you've seen Cole Beasley come out and say that the last week. Des Bryant's been saying it a little bit. And it's just not easy to play quarterback that way either. But, you know, his toughness in the pocket, his athleticism, his ability to throw with people around him, his ability to run the ball, Ahmed, is also a game changer because it makes defenses have to play defenses they don't want to play when they get in run formations and things like that, because they want to go, oh, we want to stop Ezekiel Elliott and do this defense, but we got to do this because Dak Prescott might keep the read option and run off the back end. Or they might have a quarterback design run, and we got to be careful of that. So he stresses a defense out that way too, which also is not going to go on the stat sheet. And that's why sometimes people are going to look at Dak Prescott and go, oh, what's so great about him? Well, what's so great about him is he's an unbelievable leader. He's tough. He can will his team to win football games. The leadership thing is real. I mean, you could see it whether the way he handles himself or the way he got Amari Cooper to break out of his shell the last year from what he was with the Raiders. I think all of those things really shine brightly through to me about Dak Prescott.
And I give him a lot of credit for being that leader and performing as well as he has, because he was basically thrown right into the fire from his rookie season. He's entering his 4th full year. He started all 48 games in his NFL career so far. He's got double-digit wins
2 playoffs,
twice. Yep, couple playoffs.
Rookie of the year.
So here's the question now. You have him taken in the draft along with Wentz and Goff. You've seen Wentz get the extension. Jared Goff has not. There has been talk. Jerry Jones on the Rich Eisen show said that they're prepared to pay Dak. Dak is their guy.
He's their guy.
They want to lock him up. The question is, for how much?
The price.
Maybe $34 million a year is what their agency is throwing out there.
Right.
And what does that do to the rest of your team? Because you do play in a sport with the salary cap, and the more you give Dak, the less you can give the complementary pieces around him. So I mean, if Dak Prescott is 13th on your list, you're saying basically he's worth whatever to lock him up? I mean, do you have to lock him up?
Yes, you have to lock him up. I mean,
$34 million a year?
He's selfless, franchise quarterback material, unbelievable leader with great physical ability. And to what you're saying, too, when I self-scout myself, he was a guy I missed on the draft a few years ago. And anybody who's listened to my podcast over the last few years, I bring this up a lot about him because you know what happened with me there, and I self-scout myself, is I let myself be too influenced by the team around him and the team itself and put that burden on Dak Prescott to where I don't think I valued him to what he was, let alone not taking into account he was on Mississippi State, who wasn't very talented at the time.
Sure.
There was no offensive players around him. On a weekly basis, he was going on the field in the SEC as the lesser team on the field, and he didn't have any NFL receivers or talent around him on the offensive side of the ball, and he was having to do a lot of it himself to keep guys in the game. And at points, when you play that style, just like in Aaron Rodgers, when you have to play that way and you play a really great team, it can look really bad sometimes because it's just one guy making it happen. And I think that's what happened at Mississippi State. It was just him. And I think, looking back at my evaluation of him, that's where I messed up. But he is franchise.
That's a tough league to be the only guy.
Exactly right. Hey, we're going to play Alabama. We got no run game. We're just going to make you sit in the shotgun and throw it 50 times. Oh, great. Nick Saban and Alabama, all the NFL defensive players you're going to face, and that coaching.
Not only NFL, first-round NFL defensive players.
Right, yeah, exactly, right. We're talking like top 10 defensive linemen and first-round corners and all that. So, yes, that can lend itself to some really ugly play and make people misevaluate. But to your point and what you're asking, sign him up now. Get it done. I'd be too scared. Dallas is talented. He's only going to get better. And I'd be scared that they go 12-4 or 13-3.
You think he can be better than what we saw his rookie year?
I do, yeah. And I'd be scared if the team does well and they go in the playoffs, then he's going to go, I'll take $40 million. And they're going to go, shit, we could have got him for 33 back in August. We should have done it. And I think $33 million right now, even though it sounds big, I think in a year or two, with gambling and the rate we're seeing the salary cap go up, I mean, we've already seen Rodgers get passed up by 4 people.
Yeah.
So it's going to be middle of the road a few years down the road, and I would do it and get it done. And I think they are trying to get it done. And I think I would not be shocked if sometime in August we heard it finalized.
Although he doesn't really need money because he has the Campbell Soup money. He's already got the Campbell Soup money.
Well,
the chunky soup.
That's something I'll give Florio always brings it up and brings it into credit, to his credit, because with the Dallas Cowboys, you're the quarterback of the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to get sponsorship deals. I mean, yes, he does that. The Dannon yogurt thing he does as well. Right. He did the sleep number bed. I mean, he's got a few things that
What's your number? Do you
What's
know?
my number?
Yeah.
I'm a firmer guy. Is that the higher?
I think you'd be 8. Maybe.
I'm an 8. Yeah, I'm an 8 or 9 guy for sure. My lower back on the soft bed just does not like it.
Right.
Are you
the
a firm?
older I get,
You're more firm too.
Used to be,
right?
I like to feather soft.
Yeah, me too. It's like, just let me sink in the middle.
Like a hammock or something, like a water bed. I had a water bed and then for 3 years on the water bed, I was like, this is the worst thing ever. Why am I doing this?
I know. I go to a shit hotel and sleep in a soft bed. It's like doctor said I need a backiotomy when I wake up.
Look, he's worth it. He's getting us to talk about the sleep number. He is working. Although I do find that Campbell Soup to be like any kind of soup, they try to market it as chunky, as being like the least filling meal that I ever had.
It's not enough.
It's not enough.
No, it's like
you can put chunky in there.
Right. No, give me another can in there. Okay.
At least another
can. Probably 3. You're right. Exactly right. I agree. When I've done that before, I've been like, this is it? Is this the appetizer version?
Ugh.
So this is the other thing too. Okay, and I put a value into this. And just last thing on Dak Prescott, and we'll talk to the big here coming up. And Dak Prescott, just think about the end of the year last year. Some of the runs and throws on the run he made, whether it was the Giants game-winning touchdown, scrambling to his left, throwing a 40-yard laser in the back of the end of the Cole Beasley, who gets 2 feet down, which is a great catch, great throw. The Seattle Seahawks game, made a few plays in that game, makes a big run in the end zone, gets his legs chopped off and flips into the end zone. The Rams, some of the runs he had in that game for a touchdown, scramble to the left, big throw down the left sideline. That he made plays that were outside the realm of the scheme itself and showed that he can make the system more than the system can make him at this point.
Yeah.
And I put a lot of stock into that. I really do. Because there's only so many really top-notch systems in the NFL that where the quarterback can really rely on the system, play after play after play. He's not fortunate to be in that situation. He has to make the system sometimes go, and he's proven to me that he can do it.
Can he move up into the top 5 or 10? Can he move up into the top?
Yeah, 10 for sure.
7 under the system, right? Will this system ultimately always hold him back from being a top 5 Chris Simms, top 40 quarterback?
Yeah, I hope I'm always able to look outside the system.
Sure.
If the play is so amazing, and okay, yeah, the stats aren't like these beautiful numbers, but the play is so good. Hey, like year past where I've defended Russell Wilson and Cam Newton to go, no, these are top 5 guys. I don't care what it is, the plays they make. Yes, he is capable of being that top guy. I don't think the system is going to affect me too much in that manner. I think what it can do, though, is if he continues to play the way he does play, and if he had a system to go along with it that got him some easy completions, a la like a Brady or a Breeze do sometimes, then the stats would start to match the wins and everything else we want to think about that, to where I think the public would get behind him finally. But with this, the way they play, there's going to be moments always where there's going to be a game or two, and I'm hoping Kellen Moore can do more with this offense, but there's going to be a game or two with the way they play football the last few years where you can just go, oh, this is ugly.
Right.
This is not pretty. I mean, yeah, they're going to get the win, and he's going to lead them to a win, but it's not pretty. And then people are going to go, oh, well, Dak Prescott's just not that great. It's a little like Joe Flacco with the Ravens in some of those years where people are like, well, his numbers aren't that great.
Like 11 for 19, 100,
right, 190 yards, right, and he made 2 unreal throws, but the rest of the game was kind of like blah. And people go, well, what's so great about that? And I go, well, that's a tough way to play.
Ezekiel ran it 45 times.
Yeah, well, and you got to be a special type of talent as a quarterback to be able to do that too.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.